take on that game?
Slightly better than the last one, but probably lacked a bit of quality for both teams. It was end to end at times. Both teams had chances, and ultimately that bit of quality was the thing that was missing for in the game. Going behind, we showed good resilience to get back in it and then dominate a bit of the game. And when we had control of the ball and we made the right decisions, I thought we were a threat. We created chances, but it was just that final moment, whether it be take a touch to shoot, square it, or just enjoy having the ball in the attacking half to create the opportunity. At time when we made the wrong choice, it inevitably ended up the game going end to end, giving them a chance. They've got a lot of pace. They're quite physical in terms of the power, and they were a real threat from set plays, which I thought we dealt with really well on the back of what was a really poor defensive performance at the weekend.
At the half time, is that something that you were trying to emphasise to your players, to just maybe get their foot on the ball and start passing, and how difficult it is to do it when you're in a derby?
That's the thing. We spoke about it before, I think, because the last derby was probably poorer, but it was about trying to do that. But it's a derby, the heat of the battle. We've got young players who are experiencing all this for the first time with the demand. So there's positives to take out of it. You just think in the opportunities and the moments we had at times, we were 3v2 in the attack and we end up not getting the shot. We maybe have shots and we're snatching it and it goes over the top, and that's the wee moments that we just need to be better at if we want a comfortable win.
Are you a happier man by it because of the nature of your solidly in third and they're looking to try and take your scalp and they're so far behind you?
I think for us, on the back of the performance at the weekend, it was really important that we showed that, one, we were going to be defensively sound, but two, we're up for the next game and that we want to get as many points as we can. So we get that. Ultimately the game lacked that bit of quality, so I think both teams could sit and say, oh, we could have won that, but draw's probably a fair result.
Steven Naismith, I think we know he's a calm guy, but what did you make of what he had to deal with before taking his penalty? Was it pleasant, was it?
No, and that's before we go on to that part, the calmness that I spoke about, that's exactly it. The weight he had for the penalty, and then his calmness to find the nets, they're the defining moments in these games. But all this stuff getting launched on, like, it's just not acceptable. I think if that then gets looked at, and then what's going to happen is they're just going to reduce the amount of fans that get in the stand, and then that's going to impact what I think is a good atmosphere. It's a good derby, it's got a fierce rivalry. It's just idiots really that's going to spoil the party for everybody.
You brought Cammy Devins back into the starting lineup. What did you make of his performance?
I thought it was good. Cammy's got an infectious energy. He's been desperate to get back on the pitch, and I thought in the derby we would need that energy. So it was good for him to get back on the pitch and get the minutes, and he'll be an important player for us going forward. So yeah, it was good for him to get him back on the pitch.
How's Frankie Kent? Did he have to kind of soldier on through the injury time there?
He took a bang on the knee, which eased up a bit, but that shows his character. He's a leader. He's somebody who, again tonight, his organisation and his enjoyment of defending is brilliant, and that was big for us tonight.
Do you think it was a clear penalty, or can you see both sides of it?
I think it could have. I was quite confident when he actually went to the screen that we'd still get given the penalty, if I'm honest. It's one of those the moments in the game where it's a split second. It's who gets there first. Inevitably, is going to be a foul. I felt Kenneth done enough to get enough of the ball for it to be a foul. But if it wasn't given, I don't think you could have an argument either.
Going back to the objects, do you know exactly what was coming on?
I think everything that was in everybody's pockets, whether it be coins or vapes or whatever, but it's just not good enough. End of.
What's the latest with Craig Halkett?
He's seeing a specialist this week just to make sure that everything's sound and that it's as we expected. Thank you.